Hello everyone. Today we are going to see about CDMA, that is code division multiple access. So let's suppose that there are two different users, user A and user B, and each of the user need to transmit their own message. So here user A message is represented in green, whereas user B message is represented in blue. Now both these messages are a narrowband signal. As we know that in CDMA, each of the user is allocated a unique code. So here user A is allocated a unique code that is represented in green, whereas user B is allocated its own unique code that is represented in blue. Now in order to transmit these narrowband signals, each of these signals is multiplied by their own corresponding unique code in order to generate a wideband signal. Now these wideband signals, as soon as they are generated, they are transmitted over the radio spectrum, which we call it as a channel. And here is the representation of the wideband signals that are generated after multiplication with these codes. Now for each of the n number of users, their own narrowband signal would be multiplied by their own corresponding unique codes in order to generate the wideband signals which are transmitted over the radio spectrum or channels. Now what happened at the receiver end is that, let's suppose the receiver needs to hear or decode the message of user A. Then the receiver would use the same code that was used by the user A here. So as we can see that user A has used a green color code here. So at the receiver end also, to decode user's A message from the wideband signal, the receiver would use the same green color code, and after applying this green color code to the wideband signals, it would be able to regenerate or decode this green color signal that was initially transmitted by user A, and it would again be converted in a narrowband form, whereas rest of the signals remain in wideband form. Now one of the reason that why the receiver was only able to decode user's A message was that because receiver only had that code that was applied by the user A while encoding the message. So this is all about CDMA. Thank you.